Welcome on in everyone, I'm Space Wizard Total War, and today we have ourselves another update on patch 6.1 released by Creative Assembly here. So we're going to dive right on in and see what's going on. So hey folks, today I've got Rado back with me to catch up with you all on how our recent campaign AI beta went, what we learned, and what we're working on for the next edition of that beta. Yeah, I myself didn't get on the first round, I had too much going on, but we will absolutely be getting in on the second round of beta whenever that does launch. So before we get to that, a heads up on that we've moved our planned release on patch 6.1 from mid-March to Tuesday, March 25th, so a little bit of a delay there. As always, we want to ensure our updates are as solid as they can be, and as shared in our recent 6.1 dev blog, we've got plenty of big updates coming to Kislev and Tzeentch, plus new free units on the way, and we'll make sure they get the full love and care they deserve before landing in-game. Fair enough, I don't think anyone has any issues with that. We'll see exactly why they're delaying it this much, though. On which note, William asks us to pass on his thanks to you all for the love shown on our placeholder art. Oh yeah, to the Noblar Slingers. A fantastic little bit of art there, William. As a follow-up to the 6.1 preview blog, we wanted to let you know that we heard your feedback around Mother Ostankya's campaign starting position. The team have added a new option to her campaigns that allows you to return to Kislev if you wish to do so. Oh, that's fantastic. I mean, you always could return to Kislev pretty quickly if you focused on a certain area of her campaign, but now allowing you to directly teleport there here with the Forest's Call. So in the many long, cold months of hexing your enemies far from the forests of Kislev, your woodland home has ever whispered to you of matters concerning your own soil. A decision must be made to steer the fate of not just the Daughters of the Forest, but all of Kislev. Returning Kislev will mean abandoning your pursuits here in Nagaroth, but furthering your aims for the good of your ancestral homeland. Yet forging a new path in the land of Chill may prove as fruitful as it is risky. So you can choose, I wonder when exactly this takes up, so after you claim, probably after you claim the Bleakhold Fortress. I'm not sure if she starts there or not, but I'm guessing once you claim that first province, you were then given the opportunity to fall back to Kislev or stay here. So you get some extra spirit essence. This is all a work in progress. None of these are set in stone. We get some extra spirit essence for staying here, and returning to the Kislev gives us, we lose the Bleakhold Fortress, but we gain the Daughter's Return buff, and all Kislev building chains will be unlocked automatically. So for you all that just want to go straight back to Kislev with Mother Ostankya because you didn't like that she was over in Nagaroth at all, here you go. An easy fix up, and I'm glad they decided to add this in. We'll have more on the coming weeks, but for now, here's Rado with the sports and weather. Ooh, lovely. Hello there, Radoslav Borislav. Apologies if I've butchered this name. I wanted to say it with a thicker accent, but I couldn't bring myself to. Principal Technical Designer. Back again with to talk with you all about the recent beta test we deployed to explore our solutions to idle campaign AI issues. First off, a big thank you to all of those who downloaded the beta recently, and an even bigger thank you to those who dropped your thoughts and feedback into the survey, as well as reported the bugs that you ran into and joined in the conversation here on the forums. While we're still in the process of reading and understanding your thoughts and expectations, I can share some initial observations. Firstly, more than 50,000 campaigns were started on the beta, with a 65% of them continuing past the early game, which I think is pretty amazing. I wish they would give us this comparison to normal games. Obviously, it's going to be way more than 50,000, but knowing just how many people continue past the early game and what they actually consider the early game would be great here. The most popular campaign difficulty was very hard, followed by Legendary in second and Normal in third. Actually, that's insane. It's normally easy being the number one title, or the number one, they're probably about to explain this here. This is quite different from the live game, where Normal, there it is, dominates as the difficulty level of choice, and Legendary is the least popular option. The team is taking this caveat into consideration and proceeding accordingly. Part of the reason I think people don't like Legendary as much is you can't slow down, you can't hit the slow-mo option, and lots of people just like hitting the slow-mo to watch their battles. Other people like to give commands in slow-mo, so that does make sense. If you need a refresher, you can find the Beta 1 blog here. Just click on that. I'll have this blog linked in the description. That way you can quickly ping-pong to the first beta blog too. Some more straightforward conclusions in no particular order. The query system changes to stop AI treating enemy agents the same way as enemy armies has been universally good, and will go like, so wait a second, the AI treats agents the same way as armies? We shall be exploiting this in the main campaign. Have been universally good and will go live with update 6.1. Oh man, we are confident these changes will bring a tangible improvement to the experience. Well, that's lovely to hear. Aggression and faction potential changes will not be included in update 6.1, we saw a significant number of you express concerns about second-order effects, aka unintended consequences, which we will be addressing before these changes go live. One example of a second-order effect that worries us is how the faction potential changes made minor factions significantly easier to defeat for major factions. This in turn caused elector factions to perish too early and be ineffective even when brought back. It seems like then you would just kind of manually tweak the potential for the Empire to just be higher. That way they don't just get instantly wiped out by Festus and Trycha. Seems like that's an easy way to fix that, although I don't know how easy it is to tweak the individual potentials. So, moving on. Number 3, we've heard from you that anti-player bias is something you'd like to spend more time looking at. Absolutely. The team and I agree wholeheartedly, so addressing issues of this nature is going to be a focus for us in beta 2. Actually, anti-player bias in just any strategy game right now has seemingly gotten far more egregious. So if you go play Civ 7, or if you've already picked up Civ 7 or you watch anyone currently playing Civ 7, the AI bias in that is just ridiculous. Same thing if you're playing over with Age of Wonders or even some of the older Warhammers or Total War titles. It's pretty silly, so I'm glad they're taking a look at it, so we'll see how much they actually are able to correct this. Number 4, there are a number of reports around the AI exhibiting suicidal behavior. Are you allowed to say this? Probably not, we'll have to bleep that. This type of issue can have a variety of causes, and we initially thought only occurs in isolated causes. We will focus on investigating reports of this nature and working on addressing them. Yeah, there are times where the AI, if not acting suicidal, they will at least just stop giving orders in the middle of a battle. They feel there's no way they win. Or you'll notice it on the campaign, if you defeat a couple of large armies in a row, that faction will just give up. They will just stop building and they'll stop recruiting, and it's very strange. What next here? In terms of what happens next, our first focus is getting update 6.1 to you, but myself and some of my colleagues will continue to work through your feedback and look for ways to improve upon what we have. I'm hoping to bring the second beta to you around a week after update 6.1, so it's going to be a little ways away. And we'll continue, or of course, be keeping you updated on our plans. We are looking also into other potential areas of the game that need more love and would be a good match for a beta. This first campaign AI beta has taught us the potential of the format, especially when it comes to involving the wider community in the development of improvements in the core experience as early as possible. Thanks for reading, and thanks again for jumping into the beta, Radislav. And thank you so much for writing this on up, Radislav. No, I think the changes, they didn't exactly explain why they were delaying the patch, just that they were hoping to make sure it's extra sparkly, and that is indeed the case. Perfect. A little bit of extra time, it's never going to hurt anything, as long as we don't see continuous delays for stuff like this. It's also incredible to see them working so hard on the campaign AI, as that's going to greatly increase people's enjoyment and their overall replayability. So first campaign AI, and then we'll get to working on the battle AI, which I'm sure is far more complex and complicated to actually get to work the way they want. But thank you all for stopping on by this little bit of a short update to update 6.1. If you all enjoyed today's video, please remember to leave a like for the like god and a sub for the sub throne, and I'll see you all in the next one.